Welcome to the 17th of May 2023. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help people create online businesses around their passion, their skill set, their hobbies, whatever it is they're interested in doing, and then want to help other people with that knowledge and experience get paid for it so they can have more time and financial freedom than ever they can imagine. And I've just come off a call with a group of my students who I am coaching to help them launch their first online course. And they're just about to launch their online course. And we were going through, what the events would be through the actual launch period. When the cart opens and people can buy their course for the first time to when they close their cart. And there's always a series of events in between that period, which is usually a window of about a week to 10 days. But we were addressing, the what if things go wrong. And things do go wrong. Believe me, in the last 5 years, I've launched 7 online courses. 7, like the first 3, they all bombed. Then 4 years ago, I launched my Young Entrepreneurs Academy. 600 people bought it in the first 6 months. And then I began to understand how it is you can successfully launch an online course. And since then, I've launched 3 online courses. So a total of 7 online courses. So I've got an idea of how you go about launching an online course and how not to do it. But even now, 5 years on from launching my very first online course, things still go wrong. We're dealing with technology. Zoom goes down when you've got an audience of hundreds of people there on a webinar or a masterclass, or your mic doesn't work, or the screen just goes blank. Like, all these things have happened to me. So what happens when things go wrong? The first thing is, don't panic. Because what people have come to see you present and make the offer of what it is you're going to launch has been part of a process up until then. They understand, or at least they should do, that you're dealing with technology. Like, technology is so wonderful today. It enables us to connect with people all around the world. But a lot of people I know get overwhelmed by it. And just even in taking my students through how to build a sales page today, the technology today is just unbelievably simple. A lot of it is templates and click, paint by numbers, click, paint and drop, and it's just really easy. But things do go wrong. So the first thing I suggest when things go wrong, usually it's a technical issue. So do as much preparation and do as much testing first before. So a classic one when things go wrong is people buy or want to buy your program. They have a sales page with a sales video on it. Usually there's a call to action button. The call to action button connects them to a checkout page. On the checkout page, there's a place for them to enter the credit card details. They enter the credit card details and then nothing happens. That's an obvious one. And the reason why is because you haven't tested the sales page connected to the checkout page, connected to your Stripe or PayPal or whatever payment platform you're using. That is a classic one where things go wrong. Now, if that does, make sure that, to make sure it doesn't happen, make sure that you test that out. Make sure to always go in, check your sales page is connected to your checkout page, is connected to your payment provider by buying the course or program yourself. Test it. It's really important. So that's usually a common technical thing. Number 2, another thing that people have problems with is there's no sales. And that's usually got to do with 2 things. 1, there's a problem with your offer. The problem with your offer. 1, the problem usually is it doesn't solve a problem that the market needs. And if you know me, I have this common saying that's so important, and a lot of people don't get this. Do not create an online course that you think people need. Don't do it. Create instead an online course that people want. Not what you think they need, what people want. So how do you do that? Go out and ask them. Survey them. Call them. Find out what it is they want help with, a problem, and go away and create it. And charge them for it in a course or program. Pretty simple, isn't it? But a lot of people don't do it. And that's usually a problem when people don't make sales. They go away and spend lots of time creating something that they think people need, but it's not what they want. That's number two. Number three, usually there's no sales or little sales or lower than expected sales because the messaging is off. You're not clearly articulating the result, the transformation, the change that the course is going to get for the person who's going to buy it. They don't fully understand it. They don't believe in them. Well, first they don't understand it because you haven't clearly articulated in your message, or you haven't been convincing enough in how it is you show examples of other people, testimonials. You haven't given the social proof. You haven't clearly set it out step by step by step. So they get overwhelmed. And then they shut down because they don't think they can do it themselves. Those are classic ones where people don't make sales because the messaging is not right. So really important when you are going into a launch. There is real life. There is going to be problems. There's going to be technical problems. The way around that is to do as much prep work as possible. I'll give you a good example of something that commonly goes wrong with people. Connecting the sales page to the checkout page to the payment provider. Make sure that's checked by going in and buying your own program first. Number two, usually if people don't make sales or they don't make the sales that they want to do, it's usually got to do with one of two things, or maybe two things. The offer isn't right and the sales message isn't on par. So if you can look at those three things, I think it will help you in your launches when things do go wrong to make sure that you get them in place and you give yourself a good chance that things then don't go wrong in those particular areas. Hopefully that's been helpful for you today on the Wednesday, the 17th of May, 2023. If you need to know more about me, my website is jimmybradbury.com, Jimmi, Bradbury.com. Find out lots about me, courses and programs, lots of free content, lots of testimonials, and you'll also be able to contact me through my website. Love to talk to you again tomorrow, and have a great evening. And if it's morning time, you have a great morning, a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.